Are you tired of hitting roadblocks in your dating life? Join me for a free masterclass where I'll be revealing the 3 nice guy dating patterns that turn women off and what you should be doing instead. Unlock the secrets to creating genuine attraction. Click the link in the description to sign up now. I found this person on Reddit that was going through a situation. So me and him had a bit of a back and forth about what he should be doing with this girl in the situation, right? But this is a situation that a lot of you guys probably run into, whereby you meet a girl, whether it's through online dating or in person or at your job or whatever, and you start going out and you're thinking things are leading towards one way. And then she throws the curveball where she says those words that most guys get panicked about, which is, but I'm not looking for a relationship, or I just want a friends with benefits. I just want to keep things casual. Guys get freaked out by that, just like this guy got freaked out. So his situation, he's 24. He says, I'm good looking, very athletic, well-educated, and set up in life. And I would say also a good soul. However, I would also describe me as kind of a nice guy character and a bit insecure as soon as feelings are involved. So right off the top, the fact that he said nice guy and that he's insecure, these things are the 2 major things that are preventing his dating life from being as good as it possibly could be. Because when you are a guy that is claiming yourself to be a nice guy, that comes with certain characteristics that women don't find appealing, on top of including being a bit insecure. So now when he's out in the dating world and he's trying to date, he's unaware that he's projecting out these insecurities and he's projecting out the kind of neediness that women across the board typically aren't going to like. So we haven't even gotten into what the situation is. Just off his description, I already know what his problem is. I've been that guy. I know what he's going through. We'll continue on. He says, I am single for 1.5 years now and starting to really look for a genuine relationship with a high value woman again. So again, the fact that he's out there seeking a relationship, and this is the thing I had to learn too, right? Because I was like this guy. I was out there trying to seek a relationship. As a guy, when you're trying to seek a relationship, you're just trying to seek anybody that'll have you. And the less you get worried about having to make your interactions become relationships, the more free you will be to be your authentic self and have a girl out there that will see you as your authentic self and want you. But if you're trying to seek a relationship, that also comes with being anxious, being insecure, trying to be a nice guy. And again, it's not going to bode well for you in your situation. Anyway, he says, what's important for me is that she is intelligent, ambitious, stands with both feet on the ground like me, I guess not crippled, I don't know, has a big heart, and is, of course, also attractive to me. He says, I recently met a girl who's also 24, like this by chance at an executive training at work. We had a good connection and went for 2 dates. So kudos to him. It's hard. Most guys aren't able to just go out someplace and cold approach a woman or go to a networking thing and talk a woman up and then have that lead to a date. Because what guys will do is they'll be like, hey, I met this girl there. And then, well, if she wants to go out with me, she'll give me the number, I guess. But this guy actually went for it and got 2 dates so far. So as far as I'm concerned, based on what he's done, he's already on the pathway towards potentially having this be a relationship should she eventually get there with her feelings. So what's the problem? He says, after some dates, but before we hooked up the first time, she told me that she split up from her last boyfriend very recently and is now not looking for a serious relationship, but instead for something like friends with benefits with someone she actually enjoys to also spend quality time with. In parentheses, he says, I'm a bit confused on what she means by that. Seems to me like a relationship without naming it that way, or maybe without being exclusive. So I want to dive into that. We're going to get into what she actually means in a second. He says, however, I reflected on that and came to the first conclusion that this would be dangerous to me because I would most likely catch feelings for her. Therefore, I told her I wouldn't feel good to continue dating her. This is where guy logic gets us in trouble, guys, but more on that in a minute. He says, now that's the point I'm at now. I really wonder if I'm giving up too early. Yes, you are. And if I should better stay around in such a situation and go along with it to see if she still falls in love. I feel like it's very hard to find someone meeting my criteria who is not way older than me or maybe I'm not looking in the correct places? Should things be easy from the start like people tell me sometimes? Or does finding love and the right partner involve struggle? Well, here's the thing. This is my honest belief. I believe that when guys aren't aware of how the attraction process works for women, then yes, dating becomes a struggle because you're not able to tell the signs that indicate where a woman's at in her journey towards falling for you. And you also end up not being aware of when women say certain things, this is what they actually mean. And should you place high importance on what the words are that they're saying, or should you go with the feeling tone of the moment? And so this is where this guy is stuck. So initially, I based on the fact that the thing about relationships and what this is going to be came up, my assumption was that this guy probably brought it up. Like he was probably like, hey, so I just want to know before we hook up, like, what are we doing? Where are we? This is that. So I asked that of him. He said that was not the case. He says, actually, it was a bit different and also a bit weird. We started getting going in bed, and when the clothes went off, she stopped and said, before we continue, we should talk about what this is. He's already fallen for the trap. There, I said that for me, it's more than sex, and I would like to get to know her. She then stated that she is more on a search for friends with benefits. The next day, I thought about this and came to the conclusion that I will probably catch feelings or get too invested if I continue this with her. So I decided to stop it since I'm not looking for something, since I'm looking for something stable, and thought it was a stupid idea to start something if she already states in the beginning that she does not want a relationship right now. But maybe you're right and I'm misinterpreting her. Okay, so we have a whole lot to unpack here, right? So let's go back to the beginning because I said I'd get there first. So she says that she just got out of a relationship and she's not now looking for a serious relationship, but instead something like friends with benefits. So this is the problem that men have when they're talking to women, right? Is that they'll hear a thing and think that the words that she actually said is A, what she actually meant, and B, that it holds over for all time. So in this case, she said, well, I'm not looking at the moment and I'm not looking for a serious relationship and I want a friends with benefits. So guys, when she said this, she believed that she meant it in that moment. But why did she say it in the first place? Because just off of their interaction, I don't know what they were talking about on dates or if they had already previously talked about these kinds of things, but women can typically feel the vibe of a guy that is trying to be relationshipy. Like guys are unaware that they're on dates, doing things in certain actions, and they're saying things to women on these dates that give the woman the impression, oh crap, he's already looking for a relationship and it's only date number 2. Women need 2 to 3 months of dating you before they solidify their feelings and have enough time with you to trust you, trust themselves to say, this is the guy for me, and then go with you, okay? So she felt as though he was jumping the gun. Like she's already feeling things of he's probably in a relationship. I don't know what this is at. And also most women have had the experience of they date a guy after 1 or 2 dates. He's already trying to beg her for more time and text her more and ask for a relationship. And so, because she's 24, women experience a lot by 24. So if she's a woman that's experienced that kind of thing, she's not trying to have that happen with this guy. Like she may not know in this moment right now whether or not he's going to be the one, which she shouldn't know after 2 dates, but she could think that there's a possibility. Unfortunately, the best way women have come up with to think, okay, how can I slow this thing down so he doesn't make it a relationship right away, is to say some dumb stuff like, oh, well, I mean, I think we should just be casual or be friends with benefits, because they don't have any other language that would sound to them a nice way to say to you, hey, guy, it's been 2 dates. Cool your jets. I want to hook up. It's part of my dating process. This doesn't mean we can't be something serious later, but right now I'm not trying to be serious, because they hear that and think, but if I say that to him, I'm going to hurt his feelings. So I don't want to say that, but I still want to hook up with them. So, I hear guys like sex. Maybe if I just say I want to be friends with benefits, he'll be like most other guys out there and be like, oh, friends with benefits. So hooking up with no responsibility, fantastic. And then later down the line, as the hookups get better and I spend more time with them, then I can start bringing out, I know I said friends with benefits, but you know what? I think I want to be in a relationship. Now, how do I know this? Because surprise, surprise, guys, I've dated women who just got fresh out of a relationship. And I got the same speech. Hey, so I just want you to know, like right now, like I'm not trying to be super serious. And so what I told this guy is I said, if this were me in the situation where she brought up, hey, I don't want to be serious right now, blah, 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 blah. Well, first of all, she would have stopped me mid-stroke and been like, hey, so we need to talk about some stuff. I'd be like, okay, what? And then she'd be like, so I just want you to know that I'm not looking for anything serious right now. And I just want to be friends with benefits. And I'd be like, okay. And then she'd be like, I mean, are you okay with that? Because I don't want to hurt your feelings, blah, blah, blah. And I'd be like, well, to be honest with you, we just started dating each other. Like, I don't expect you to know what you want me to be. And I don't know what I want you to be. Like, you're cool. We're hanging out. We're hooking up. It's great. But like, I'm not trying to rush towards anything right now. I'm just trying to get to know you in whatever capacity that is possible, whether it's we're just going on dates and having a good time hanging out together, or if we're hooking up. Either way, I'm not trying to rush us to the finish line. I'm just trying to enjoy this moment right now and also enjoy those sexy lips of yours. And then I get back to kissing her. Like, he's letting her take him out of the moment and have to start thinking about, well, down the line, you need to decide if you want this to be serious or it's not. That's not why she's asking. She's asking in part because she's had other guys that probably got serious too soon, and she's trying to check to see if you're going to be that guy. Now, the thing you need to learn about women also is this. Just because they express a feeling in the moment, it doesn't mean that is a forever feeling. So right now she's thinking he might be trying to think on relationship vibes. So I want to say right now, based on how I'm feeling right now, based on where we're at in our dating situation, that right now, I don't want a relationship with him because it's only date 2. I don't know him long enough, but give it 6 or 7 more dates, give it 2 or 3 more months down the line, and she can have a very different feeling in that moment where it's like, wow, we've had some great hookups, some good times together. I'm really vibing with him. I've gone out with other guys since him, but I haven't felt the same vibe and the same chemistry. And oh my God, like, do I want him to go away? I said, usually what will happen is that a woman that says this, if you do not freak out, if you don't try to do what this guy did and try to either A, prove to her why it's worth her taking a shot on you for the relationship, or B, being like, well, since you don't say you don't want a relationship, I'm going to take you at your word and I'm going to bow out. What I find is typically happen is this, because I've done this before, right? Girl comes to me, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if I want a relationship. I'm like, I'm just here to hang out and have fun and whatever. So whatever, right? And then 2 months in, they start having those thoughts. And at that point, we've gone on a lot of good dates. I'll be honest, we've had a lot of good hookups. I've probably done things with her that no other guy has done with her before. And now she has a decision to make, because as long as she's saying she wants friends with benefits, that means I'm a free agent. I can continue to date other people, hook up with other people, see other people, and she can't get mad about it. But at the 2-month mark, what's going to start to happen is she's going to get a little mad about it. She's going to start thinking, wait a minute, but do I want him hanging out with other people? Does the vision of him going on a date with another woman irk me, or do I not care? If I find I'm getting irksome feelings, why am I feeling that irk feeling? It's probably because I have feelings for him. Oh my God, but I didn't expect this to happen. I thought it was just going to be a hookup thing, a friends with benefits thing, but now he hasn't tried to push me into a relationship. But why isn't he pushing me into a relationship? Because other guys that I've been in the same situation with have tried to push me into a relationship, and he's not doing it. What is going on? Does he like me like that? Now they start questioning themselves. Am I not good enough for a relationship? Why hasn't he asked me? Why hasn't he begged me like all the other guys, even though I said I didn't want that? But now, and that's what happens, is that over time, as you just show up consistently, they, of their own accord, will start to convince themselves as to why you actually now need to be the boyfriend. But that can't happen if you're in the moment getting freaked out by the words she's saying and thinking, well, she said she doesn't want a relationship, so I guess it's never going to happen. She's going to date somebody eventually. It might as well be the guy that she's had good hookups with and is making her laugh at dates and all this other stuff, but she just needs time to build that up. So again, 2 dates in, if you try to bring up relationship stuff, you're going to get this answer. If she brings it up, hey, so she's going to be preemptively trying to bring it up, so you won't bring it up first. Hey, so just so you know, I don't know if I want a relationship yet. Oh my God. And if you just respond with like, okay, cool. So we're going to like make out some more now. Like it does a 180 on their brain where they're like, oh crap. Like, wait, I thought he was going to freak out, but he didn't. Oh, thank God he didn't freak out. But why didn't he freak out? And am I not good enough? Like this is the psychology that in terms of how women work that drive guys crazy. And it used to drive me crazy. And then I realized, hey, there are probably some things about us as guys that drive women absolutely bonkers. We don't like when they try to change us. We don't want them to change our thought process of being oh so logical. So you have to learn how women act and what they're going to say in the moment and what they're going to do. And because you think about this, she's going out with this guy, right? He has the best chance right now because they're having good hookups and they're having good times on dates, right? So even though in the moment it seems kind of asinine to a guy, like, wait, we're having all these good times, but she doesn't want a relationship, you got to take it again. Women need 2 to 3 months. So yeah, on that second date, you're thinking, I already want to put her as the girlfriend, and she's not even ready for that. She's never going to be. Women move like a light knob, like, you know, those light switches that go back and forth. We work like on and off switches. It goes from like, I didn't know her, to like, oh, she's beautiful. She talks to me great. I want to be with her. And women need the dial up. So that second date, she might be from like, let's say the dial goes from like 1 to 10, right? By the end of the second or third date, she might be at like a 3 for you. And that's fantastic, but she's not at an 8 or 9 yet. We need her at 8 or 9. So at the 3 or 4 mark, she's not yet thinking about you in a relationship capacity. She's thinking you have potential, or she's thinking right now the hookups are really, really good, but I need more time before I decide if I want him. And you guys are thinking, well, if she's not at a 10 right away, then you put yourselves out the game. And she wasn't even trying to do that. So this guy took himself away from a woman that probably would have worked out, but because she said the thing in bed about blah, 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 keep in mind, she said it in bed while they were partially undressed, while they were probably still in the process of making out. So on some level, subconsciously, she could be thinking, I want to like make sure that this guy's not too needy for me, this and that. But the other parts of her is like, but I really want to hook up with them. And women will have this, I tell you guys all the time, women live in the land of maybe. So until her brain gets out of the land of maybe for you, you're going to hear confusing stuff like this when you try to ask about a relationship, when you try to bring up, well, I'm looking for something serious and you don't seem like you are, so I'm going to get out. Like, you're always going to get confusing answers, which is why you as the guy should not be bringing up being in a relationship. You wait for her to do it when she's solidified in her feelings enough to where she can unequivocally say, yes, I want this guy. And we're going to talk about that later when I get into the cold approaches that women do on guys that they emphatically know that they like. But the point is, all is to say, yeah, so that guy messed up there. He said, and this is what his problem in dating is that too many guys, well-intentioned guys, mind you, are going to to dating thinking, I'm going to date with the purpose of getting to a relationship. And then after 1 or 2 dates, hey, so just so you know, I'm trying to date for a relationship. Are you trying to date for a relationship? And when you say that to women, what they hear is, and I'm ready for a relationship now. And we've been on a couple of dates, but I want my relationship now. You're not even saying the now part. Women are going to always read more into your communication than you anticipate. So when you say, I'm dating to be in a relationship, she's thinking that's a hint that right now you want a relationship, which is why the word relationship should not ever come out of your mouth anymore. Let her be the one to bring it up. And if she says, hey, so it's been 2 days, but are you looking for a relationship? You can say, hey, right now, I'm just trying to get to know you. If it leads to something later, fantastic, but one day at a time. Don't say the word relationship. All right. That's getting you killed in the dating market out there, guys. And then he asked some other questions. He said, should things be easy from the start? I already answered that. Like, it's going to be easy if you know what you're doing, which is why if you go to my website, you can start learning some of the things that you should be doing and not doing. I have a whole free webinar that's about you learning what patterns are causing you to lose women. If you just watch that free webinar, it's like 45 minutes, you will be eons above most guys who are unaware of the mistakes they're making when they're trying to be out here in the dating world that are making women that would actually date them head for the hills, you know? So yeah, I think that's all I have. He says, maybe I'm misinterpreting. Most guys that don't study women's communication are going to constantly misinterpret the words that they're saying and the actions they're doing. Because as guys, we're so heavy on what people say is what they actually mean. And I'm going to say it's a journey to get past the point where it annoys you that women are saying one thing and doing another thing. I just did a whole video about that, about women that'll say like, you know, oh, this guy did this disgusting thing. He sent me this disgusting pictures and asked me to go down on him. And then they go and do it. It's like, yeah, because you have to ignore the words and look at the actions. If the woman is doing the action you want, that's all that matters. So this girl, I don't know if I want a relationship. While she's in bed with the guy about to make out with him and bang his brains out. At that point, I do not care what she is saying. I care that the action indicates that she has to say this right now because she's not fully aware of her feelings for me, but that she's probably wanting me. And let's say for argument's sake that down the line, this girl ends up not wanting to get with him. How does he lose? He's with a girl that says, hey, I don't want a relationship. I just want to bang you. And the punishment he gets is he gets to keep his options open. He can still go see other people. And if she gets mad at him, it doesn't matter. They're not a relationship. Also, if she gets mad at him, that indicates to him, oh, wait, she must actually want a relationship. It's a win-win either way, but you don't win if you fall for what women are saying and think, well, if they said they're asking me if I want a relationship, I guess I got to answer truthfully. Like, you're losing out, guys. So hopefully this helped this guy out. Hopefully it helps you out watching this as well.
You's a bad boy, but you can't stop, won't stop. You a high earning, high value, high class man. You a high earning, high value, high class man. You a high earning, high value, high class man. You a high class man. You a high class man. You a high